Howdy, I'm Lewis, and I heard that you wanted to learn how to play Magic the Gathering. Now, what exactly is Magic the Gathering? Magic the Gathering is a multiplayer trading card game with the goal of lowering your opponent's life total from 20 down to 0. Now, how exactly do you do that? Well, you're going to be playing lands in order to cast spells and summon creatures that'll allow you to go to combat and bring your opponent down to 0. Now, before you can defeat your opponent, I need to first teach you how to go through one full turn of Magic the Gathering. Now, as you can see here, we'll be having a beginning phase, a main phase, a combat phase, and another main phase, and then we will end our turn to our opponent. We will begin to go in depth about all of these 5 phases and how to do them. Now, before phases can start, both players need to start the game at 20 life with their 60 card decks and shuffled. We will have Rev the Sorcerer and Bevo the Warlock here as our 2 players that are going to be going against each other. Now, to figure out who goes first, they will roll a d6 and figure out who has the highest. Let's say Rev has 4 and Bevo has 2. So Rev will be going first. After both players have shuffled their decks and found out who goes first, they will then draw their 7 card hand. Bevo will do the same, as you can see here, and we will look at our hand. Now, we want to understand what exactly is a card. Now, all cards will have most or all of these attributes in its card, such as its mana cost. For creatures, its power and toughness, meaning how strong it can hit and how strong of a hit it can take before it goes to the graveyard. It'll also have its name, as well as card text explaining rules such as this trample, that it can deal excess damage to a player, even if it's blocked, as well as its card type, whether it be a creature, an instant, a sorcery, or a land. So let's learn how to cast that spell. Using that previous card we had, we can see in this top right corner that it's 4 and 2 green. What that means is the 2 green specifically needs 2 mana from these lands that we were talking about before. And then the 4 is 4 types of any color, whether that be green, red, white, blue, and black, which is our 5 main colors in this game. With that in mind, let's go back to our game with Rev. Now, to start off our turn, we will untap any permanents that we have on the field, which we do not have at the moment, and then we will draw a card for turn. After drawing for turn, we will move to our main phase, where we'll be able to play a land and cast creatures and other spells. Now, looking at our hand, we have a land, so Rev will play 1 land for turn. These lands are able to be tapped as seen in that tap symbol right there, which will add a green mana to siphon into spells that we can cast. Now, before we can get that 1 mana, we can tap this forest, which will generate 1 green mana, as seen before when I was teaching you how to cast a spell. We can then say that we want to cast a Llanowar Elves with a power 1/1 and the ability to tap and add for a green mana. So this 1 green mana will go into the casting cost of this Llanowar Elves, and that will count as casting a spell. Thus, we will go through our combat step and through our main phase where we can do the same things we did before combat, and find that we are unable to do anything else. So we will move to the end step and allow our opponent to do the same that we did. I've progressed the game a few turns forward in order to show you combat. So we're going to move to our beginning phase, untap our lands and our creatures. We're going to then draw a card, look at it, move to our main phase. We can play a land for turn, and let's choose not to cast any spells. Moving to combat, we can see that we have a 1/1 that's untapped. We can declare it as a 1/1 attacker towards our opponent. Our opponent can then choose to block with any untapped creatures that he has. As we can see, he has a tapped 1/1, so he's unable to block. Thus, we can move to our combat damage. And because our Llanowar Elves has 1 power, he will deal 1 damage to our opponent. You have now learned the basics of magic. Continue playing bigger spells and casting bigger creatures to bring your opponent's life total down to 0. Happy casting out there!